Today's world is different, and social media requires a whole different approach than the old pushy salesman that we all detested from before. Today, it's much more directed toward inbound and really integrating it all together. And our guest today joins us from his office in St. Louis. His name is Corson, and he deals with this directly. Aaron, thanks for joining us today.
Sure, Terry. Thanks for having me. This is fun.
Well, I've been looking over at your site at marketpath.com, and you have got some really information-rich content there. You help people, and I love your approach. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you do more inbound marketing rather than going out and pushing something. Tell me about the difference between inbound and outbound marketing, as you see it.
Sure. Well, outbound marketing is your traditional direct mail, telephone marketing, even email marketing to an extent, where you're pushing a message out to a list of some sort, and you're basically, it's a numbers game where you're hoping a certain number of people will respond and ultimately become customers for your business. Inbound marketing really focuses on bringing traffic, bringing visitors into your website from different online marketing channels, whether it's search engines or social media, blogging, or any number of different avenues, and then converting them to leads at your website, and really it becomes their choice to become a lead and to let you know that they're more interested in working with your company. So there's there has been a big shift to inbound marketing from outbound marketing, because, like you said, people don't want to be sold to. They're weary of that pushy salesman. They want the information that they want when they want it. And that's what inbound marketing gives them.
Yeah, exactly. It's like people are tired of everybody seeming to push something off. Like, here, buy my stuff. I'm wonderful. We got a deal for you today. Nah, 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 nah. We're tired of that. But we are interested in buying services. I think my buddy Jeffrey Gittimer talks about it. He says people don't want to be sold, but they love to buy.
Right.
And so people want to buy something that's of use to them, and they're looking for it. And when, hey, if I'm in the market for a blue widget and I see there's stores out there and somebody has a blue widget, hey, I do want to find out about that. But I don't need somebody coming and forcing me on something that really is not what I need or what I want. And I think a lot of that comes back to basic skills. But tell me, what are some of the key components of inbound marketing when you want to do it right?
Well, inbound marketing really focuses on three core things. The first one is attracting traffic to your website. So before you can generate a lead and before you can get a sale, you have to get them to come to your website in the first place. So to get traffic to your website, you're talking about mediums such as social media, such as search engine optimization. Blogging is really at the core of how you get traffic to the website, because you're providing all this great information for people, and then it's filtering out through social media and search engines. But the reason that they're coming to your website is because of your blog posts or your videos or the content of your site. Typically, people aren't coming to your site to buy immediately. They're coming there to learn and to educate themselves about something that you can help them with. So attracting is really the first part of inbound marketing.
Yeah, so what would be the second part?
The second part is converting those people that are now coming to your website into leads. So converting your visitors to leads is typically done by giving them an offer that's something of more value. So maybe it's an ebook, maybe it's a white paper, a special report, research report, a on-demand webinar, on-demand video, something like that. Giving it to them for free, typically, but requiring them to enter some information in order to get it. So we call them landing pages, but it's a typical form page that they would go through, where in order to get my ebook, you'll have to give me your name and your email address. But in exchange for that, you're going to get something that's really valuable, and that generates a lead for me.
Yeah, it's kind of like you're saying, hey, we want to have a value for value relationship here. Whereas I will give you good content that is relevant to your issues, the needs that you have, and I want a legitimate email address and your real name so that we can have a relationship. That's how we want to operate. That's how we want to do business with each other. And if either party says, no, that's not good, fine, then you just don't do it.
Exactly, yeah. So the third part is then really looking at all of these activities. So looking at where your website traffic is coming from, where your visitors are coming from. Are they coming from social media? Are they coming from search? What kinds of things can you do to get more traffic. What type of traffic is converting into leads on your site? How qualified are those leads? So looking at all of those things on the back end and then figuring out how to improve your effectiveness over time is really the third part of the inbound marketing equation.
Yeah, I like it. All three of those sound very good. Now, another thing I know, Aaron, about you is you're going to be doing a webinar on July 10th and 11th. You and I are part of a group. We're going to be putting it together, and I'm really looking forward to what you have to say, because you're going to be pulling it all together. I'm going to talk about blogging. We have others that will talk about Pinterest and Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn. All of those will be covered, and then having you just kind of put a little bow on that package at the end to make sure it looks good of how we all put it together. Tell us a little bit about what we're going to learn during your webinar on the 10th and the 11th of July.
Sure. Well, yeah, I'm really excited for the webinar, and I'm excited to hear what all of you guys, what you're going to talk about, and everybody else. My part is really the reason I was brought in is our strategy, the inbound marketing methodology, really does a great job of tying everything together, of giving you measurable goals when you're on social media. A lot of businesses, they're on social media for the most part because someone said, hey, you need to be on social media. They're not really sure why they're on social media. They're not really sure what they're trying to accomplish. So what I'm going to talk about is things like, what your true objective is for being on social media, how to be more effective, how to use social media, blogging, and all of these different internet marketing channels to ultimately generate leads, get more sales, and grow your business through the internet.
Excellent. Well, it sounds like it'll be a real good thing. Well, now, before we let you go, I want to find out something about what is going on that you see is working particularly well today. We see that it changes, the market's changing. Facebook's got a new announcement every week. Twitter's got a new announcement every week. What do you see that's working from a business point of view today to seriously generate business out of with the clients that you're working with?
Well, I think that, the piece that you're going to talk about, blogging, is one of the core components, and I'm going to talk a little bit about this in my presentation, but it's really one of the core components. People are hungry for information. They're hungry to be educated, and when we talk about blogging, we're not necessarily talking about selling your products or services through a blog. We're talking about selling around them, so providing useful content, relevant content, and that, for me, is really a core component, as I'm sure you know, that gets people to come to your website, gets people to come back to your website, gets people to share your website on social media. It helps with search engine optimization, and ultimately is really the core component of getting people to come to your website in the first place. So I think blogging is going to continue to grow. Businesses are going to continue to learn how to do it more effectively and see real results from doing that. So that's the big one, I think.
Yep, I would have to agree with you. Of course, I'm going to be talking about blogging, so I kind of like that, a little biased toward that. But it's really, what you're doing is you're providing value. You give a lot of value saying, hey, this is good. So people go, I like what this guy says. I like what she says. I like to go to her blog and read that blog on a regular basis. And then they realize they're getting information that they can use. And when you can make it very relevant, for instance, if you're, let's say if you're a chiropractor and you decide to write a blog about how to solve back pain. Now I know I've got someone I can go to regularly, and that can generate business for that chiropractor, because then when someone needs chiropractic services, or maybe they might be in another city, they could get information on what to do and find a local chiropractor that can help them. That would be a good way to make it happen. Yeah. So what you're saying, Aaron, just makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And when we talk about blogging, it's not necessarily limited to writing. Blogging is really about content. It's really about creating content and publishing content, and businesses really need to think about how they can become a publisher. And sometimes that's written word, sometimes that's video, like you do a lot of. Sometimes that's webinars or presentations. Sometimes it's offline events that they're talking about. So it can really be any number of different things, and it's really all about what that business and that person is most comfortable with.
Yep, I think you summed it up right there for many things. It's what that business, that firm is most comfortable with and how they are comfortable. And really, I think that's what inbound marketing is all about. Working with people in their comfort zone to help them with what they need. And Aaron, you live that. Your website, by the way, I'm not going to let you get away without you giving us some information on your website. It's MarketPath. Is that marketpath.com?
It's marketpathonline.com
Okay.
is the web address. And you can find us on LinkedIn if you search companies from MarketPath, Facebook, Twitter. I'm even on Pinterest. Not sure why yet, but I'm on there. And you can search for MarketPath. You'll find us. There's a couple of great things on the site. If you go to the homepage of the site, you'll see an ebook called How to Transform Your Website into a Powerful Tool to Grow Your Business. We also offer website performance reviews where we'll look at somebody's website and tell them some of the things that they can be doing to improve their website, to make it more inbound marketing friendly. So those are a couple of things we like to help people with.
That'd be very good. So if someone, you're watching this video and you're thinking, gee, I really need to tweak what I'm doing. I'm doing a few things, but I need some help. Aaron Corson is a person you want to get in touch with. He is a man that has helped many clients already. He can work with you, and they've got a lot of free information. Just go over there to marketpathonline.com. Take a look at what he's got. You'll see how you can use that. And hey, you're going to boost your bottom line when you start doing the right things and putting it together. Have someone that can look over your shoulder and go, do this, do that. Yeah, you're doing this right. You're doing this right. Ooh, this you're not doing at all, and we can help you with that. That's the person that can help you. So get in touch with Aaron Corson if you're watching this. And Aaron, thank you very much for joining us there from your offices right there in St. Louis, Missouri. And we're looking forward to seeing you on the webinar July 10th and 11th, and it will be great. Thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you, Terry. Appreciate it. And this was fun. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the webinar and hope to see you and everybody else that watches this video there.
That'll be good. See you then.